Hello everybody! I hope you have a nice Tuesday so far. Hello Alex, how are you? So, it's Tuesday and like every Tuesday now we're gonna playing Winds of Change. It's a very visual novel. It was released last week, I think. So I had the chance to do a sponsoring with the developer. Hello Tiberio. So last time we were at the end of the first act of the game. I think there are 5 or 6 acts, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna start probably today the second act. Hello Jojo Wars. Okay, let's go on the game. So, here we go. So, last time we were here. We had Fortem, Valessa et Elric with us. Okay, Okay, see you next time, Siberio. We're gonna start this one here. Loading.
I agree. I made good time on my journey over here. We'll still be on schedule even if we stop to rest. Spirits know I need it after the long trek I just took.
Resting does sound pretty good right now. It's been such a hectic day. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, and it'll give us time to discuss other matters.
Oh, there matters.
Not down to rest, Ulrich. Just point us in the right direction.
Not so fast. Let's hang out for a bit first. It's still early enough that we can have plenty of fun. Go look around. I won't be too far behind,
gonna
all
explore.
right?
Oh,
I'm not sure it's really a dating game, just a word. It's a visual novel, and you can have romance, of course. Valessa and Fortem leave the table and start looking around. That's what I would have done were it not for the earlier argument. Elric and Pro look at me and let out deep sighs.
I'm gonna go grab a drink. See you when you're ready. Take any room you want. We'll head to the outlook at dawn and journey down to Mazzio.
He gets up and walks away, leaving me alone with Pro.
Look, I'm sure you're processing a lot all at once, but you're not alone. We're about to go to war. I'm overwhelmed too, and so is Ulrich. He might not show it, but I'm sure he's scared. There's never been a battle like this before.
Yeah.
All we can do is play with the hand we've been dealt.
Pro has now permanently joined the party.
I'll see you around, all right? Watching everybody drink is making me thirsty. If you miss me, you'll know where to find me.
Oh, drink. He's drunk. He leaves the table and goes to grab a drink. All I can do is hang out for a while and then go to sleep. Maybe I could talk to Pro for some more information too. Whatever I did, though, this will be my final night in Valley North. Click the arrow in the top right corner to advance the story. Otherwise, feel free to explore Peregrino at your leisure. Okay, I think we're gonna explore. So we have... I know it's done here. I think it's... No, it's checked. We can have side story here. Okay. Let's see.
Wow, there's so much to choose from.
Don't tell me you're planning on drinking, Fortem.
He's too young for that?
Why not?
We have a lot of stuff to do.
But it looks so delicious.
Trust me, it's probably not as tasty as you think. From what I've heard, it's just bitter. And it burns.
Oh, she never had alcohol before?
Sure, from what you've heard. You don't have to keep secrets from me, Valessa.
What are you talking about? I've never had any alcohol, I swear.
Oh, okay. They never drank
Don't
before.
worry, I believe you.
Seriously?
Yeah, but I'm a French druggie, so I know pretty much wine and
Aren't you
stuff.
two a little young to be drinking?
Yeah.
Nope, Valessa is just being a spoil sport.
I am not.
Let's have some then.
Well, maybe.
Ah yes, peer pressure.
Wait, are these...
Fortem quickly runs to the table and grabs an apple. After a large bite and barely any showing, he swallows. A look of disappointment appears on his face shortly after.
Of course they aren't.
What's wrong with those? Last time I checked, they were pretty tasty.
I was hoping it was a special kind of apple. My parents used to bring me some from Mazzio all the time, but the trading ban made it illegal to export them.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. They sell them like crazy in the markets of Mazzio.
Yeah, but not this kind of apples.
Really? You need to take me there, Pro. We can make a brief detour, right?
Oh, thank for the BTs, Loneko, Momomo. Thank you very much, Momomo. Hey, long time no see, He looks like Ulrich with bleeding eyes.
Maybe.
Good enough for me.
A huge great sword rests against the table. It's completely unattended, like someone left it here. Did they do that on purpose, or did they lose it?
Hey, this is almost a replica of mine. Whoever uses this has fine taste.
It's not yours. Well,
It's been there ever since I got here. I have no idea who it belongs to.
Knowing Aaron, it might be for decoration. It's a shame, though, it'll just rust away. A blade like this needs to experience combat.
Oh, so you want to spar with me? I thought you'd never ask,
sparring
Ulrich.
partner.
That's not what I meant.
That's a thing I really want to see. But before Ulrich even finishes, Pro grabs the blade, straining his entire body. He fails to lift it off the ground. It's too heavy. Momomo. Hello, Zero. Momomo. Reaper Wolf. Momomo.
No, you're just weak.
I'm not.
Oh. Eric walks up to the blade and lifts it up with ease. You'd have to be pretty strong to lift something like that. A few of the people watching this exchange start to laugh. Pro, seeing absolutely nothing, slowly walks away. Oh. I walk up to the fireplace, watching it crackle and burn. It makes things really warm, almost too warm. Peregrino would be fine without it.
Why is there a fireplace in here? Valenorth is always the perfect temperature.
Isn't that because of the spiritual energy?
It's just a cliché.
Yeah, it keeps everything warm and cozy. Without it, Valenorth would be an icy wasteland.
I think I saw the mountain peaks on my way up here. I wonder why the spirits chose this place to settle down.
Oh, you must be talking about Eastcrown. Everyone wonders what's up there. But we'll never know.
Okay, I think we're gonna...
Don't say never, Fortem. I'm sure we'll figure it out one day. Celestia won't be unmapped forever.
I think you can explore that area.
Not within our lifetime,
Later.
for sure.
Probably not.
Whew, that got a little dark.
Good thing we have a fireplace to light things up.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we can select a story here. It's a side story, or see what's going on. Oh, with that guy here. Yeah, Sovi 4. So that's the big bad guy of the story. I think he's really cute for the bad guy in the story. Sovi looked at the sea, taking every detail of the near infinite expanse. Still processing the earlier revelations, he gripped his teeth annoyed. Why did the Triumvirate wait so long to tell him these secrets?
Master, are you okay?
Of course.
There it is again, that dismissive tone. I can tell when something is wrong, you know. There's no need to lie. I'm your apprentice.
It's nothing, Halen.
Uh-oh.
I think it has to do with what happened earlier. The Triumvirate told you something, didn't they?
That's the problem. They
You're not
didn't
taking it well.
tell him something.
I could tell the entire time.
Very perceptive. Leave me alone.
Oh, he's pissed off.
Sovi, you're acting like a child.
Yeah. Lets out a deep sigh as the apprentice owns him for information. It was true, but Sophie didn't want to admit it. He was too prideful.
Please tell me. I want to help you, Sophie. I stand by your side no matter what.
Are you sure about that, Halen?
Of course. You don't have to tell me what they said, Sophie, but at least tell me what you're feeling.
Sophie took note of Aline's sudden empathy. It was abnormal and somewhat unwelcome. What had changed in the last few hours?
They told me something I wasn't ready to hear. I'm sorry I forgot about you. And I'm sorry for being cross. My thoughts are muddled, Halen. And I'm confused.
How do you plan to deal with that?
For the first time in a while, I don't know. My purpose was always clear, my resolve unwavering. I'm starting to feel like my previous master, before my promotion.
He's not sure.
You never did tell me what happened to him.
No, I didn't.
Very well. At least tell me about this purpose of yours. I fight to ensure the reign of the Triumvirate, our gods.
A very clear purpose, and noble to some. For me, things have...
Then what's the issue, Master? It
Hello,
would
Johnny.
seem that we share the same purpose.
Sophie sighed again and slapped his shoulder slightly. Until now, everything had been an act to intimidate Shane. Aline could tell that Sophie was displaying his true emotions.
Normally, I would agree with you. But now, I'm not so sure.
Oh. That's interesting. He's not sure. Side story with these guys. Yeah. This one. Raise one. That's a new chronicle. After arranging everything with Damek, Grace returned to his office. He had a lot to do, working with both the rebellion and the Triumvirate. Though his true allegiance was with the rebels, he had to keep up appearances. That meant trying to strike an allegiance with the most unexpected of factions.
No, Alex, you have it all wrong. I only want you to pretend that you're helping the Triumvirate. When the time comes, you'll turn on them and help Damek instead.
Ah.
You know Nada will never let this happen, right?
I don't care what she thinks. I'm asking you. I have no doubt in my mind. A battle is coming to Mazzio. The Triumvirate will send their forces here for that new idol. I don't know what they want with it, but we need to strike immediately. You'll meet them at the docks and tell them you've been hired to assist. As soon as you get the chance, you'll sabotage the ships and kill them all. That is, except for one ship. Damek will need one to launch his attack on Balteus.
Alright, I'll humor you for a moment. Even if I play along and your rebellion comes to rule Alestia, they'll lift the trade bans, effectively ruining piracy for good. Why should I fight to kill my own profession?
Oh, he's a pirate. Okay, yeah.
There are much better things to do in this world, Alex. I could pay you with anything you wanted, or any job you wanted. Just name it, and I'll make it happen.
Is that a dead
These
sheep
are
he has
dire
on his
times,
shoulder?
you know.
I doubt this offer extends to the rest of our crew. I'd love a reward and a new job, but not if it screws them over. They'll be doing the bulk of the fighting, not me or Nada. That is, if I can even convince them to do this. One of our core tenets is that we don't take sides.
Yeah, but it's a war.
Even when the victor is clear?
Even so, during the occupation, we fought for our own survival. Both the Triumvirate and the citizens of Mazzio attacked us.
Yeah.
We worked for decades to unite the pirates into what they are today. Doing this will split them apart again. You'll make an enemy out of Nada. She's pretty much the leader, and her influence is immeasurable.
So Nada is the leader of the pirates, okay.
I'm well aware of that, and I've taken it into consideration. A divide in your numbers will still give me the right amount of men. You can show the rest of the pirates they're on the wrong side of this. Any divide that comes, I'm sure we can mend it. Besides, Damek hasn't said he's going to harm piracy. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal, Alex.
No matter what the deal is, you can't win over everybody. As soon as the Triumvirate falls, you'll have another war lined up. Hell, they might even join the White Cloaks out of spite.
I'm willing to take the risk, but I'll do my best to make sure they're satisfied. There will be a place for everyone in our new Alestia.
Yeah.
The pirates are in a great position to make demands. As the mayor of Mazzio, I can give you anything you want. There's no way Nada could turn an offer like that down.
Very well. Let's talk terms.
Interesting. Okay, we're gonna just start the story. So I make my way toward one of the private rooms. It's time to get some rest. It's been a long day, and the subsequent days show no signs of changing pace. This new life would simply be the nature of things. Everything was different. I let that settle in for a while. It'd be almost impossible to sleep as things stood. All of our lives were flipped around in an instant. Not only that, but put in danger too. There's no guarantee that any of us would survive this, and we didn't have a choice but to fight. At least I didn't. Regardless of my feelings, I couldn't turn my back on Alessia. If I did that, I'd be saying my own life that was more important than our entire world. No matter how hard I've tried, there's no way I could convince myself that was true. I sit on the edge of the bed and let out a loud sigh as I lay back. I don't get much rest before I'm shaken wide awake. The door to my room slowly opens. It's Valessa and Portent. It seems they disregard both my privacy and desire to sleep. I rise up to greet them, unsure of what to say. Okay, having trouble falling asleep too. You couldn't knock, you know. Good to see you too. I was getting lonely. Remain silent. That's interesting. I will just be honest, having trouble falling asleep too.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Fortim and I have been talking for a while. There's something
Hello,
we need
Dr.
to
Jenny
discuss.
Belly.
Now.
Oh, we need to talk. Okay.
Yeah, we both came to the same conclusion. This isn't in order. It's more of a polite demand.
Oh, they want to ask me something. Did they do something bad or wrong?
Seer, you need to choose the next elder of
okay,
Valinor.
this thing. I need to choose between one of these for the next seer.
You have a lot on your plate. You can't handle everything responsibly. Valinor's future requires nothing but the utmost care and attention. We can't expect you to lead Valinor and train with that blade.
It's exactly like she said. Listen, I know this may seem sudden to you,
Yeah, it's very
but
quick.
we've been
too.
talking about it for a while now.
Yeah, and I've been thinking for a while about it. I had the whole week to think about it, actually.
We wouldn't feel comfortable leaving Peregrino without a new elder. Someone needs to plot Valinor's future and make choices along the way. Considering you'll be busy with the rebellion, we want you to elect one of us.
Thank for the odds, Dr. Jalibelli. Valessa nods and smiles. I can tell they're both dead serious.
Let us carry this burden, Seer. Please.
Yeah. I rip the fatigue out of my eyes and stare at them for a few moments. It seems that lately, people had a tendency of putting me on the spot. Their intentions were pure, however, to stop me from being overwhelmed. Any effort to alleviate the pressure shouldn't go unnoticed. I cross my arms and continue to stare at them. They look concerned. This is almost like an intervention. I doubt they will leave without results.
Did we say something wrong? Look, he has no idea what to say.
Hello Aurélien. I'm fine. Oh.
And I thought we made our case pretty clear. Look, we're the best two candidates here.
I know
You
that.
should make your choice before the night is over.
Yeah.
We can talk about it a little more if you'd like. It'd be best if this wasn't a hasty choice, right? Let's think things through. Like a team.
I agree.
There goes that rest we wanted to have. Looks like I'll have to get comfortable.
Yes. She makes her way to the back of the room and sits on the chest. It seems uncomfortable even for a makeshift chair, but she doesn't show it. Portent yawns and rests his back against the window sill, whistling innocently.
So, what do we talk about?
We are really just Portent when you want to be elder. Okay. Valissa, why do you want to be elder?
Because Milas and his father have given up Valinor's soul. We need to stand apart. Our culture, our line of seers, they're special. Valinor was and always should be independent. It's just fact.
Okay.
Whatever comes our way, we can handle it on our own. That's the way it's been for thousands and thousands of years. This is only happening because we stoked the triumvirate fire.
Thanks for the follow, Alice Wolf. Welcome on my channel.
That won't happen again. And Fortum can't see that. He wants to unite with the rest of Alestia and give up our identity. Why waste all of our resources preparing for something that won't happen? I think you understand where I'm coming from. Otherwise, you would have turned this place into a barracks. It's important to our identity. We can't just throw it away.
But these are very good points.
Any other
thank
questions?
you. Yes. And Fortem, why do you want to be elder?
Well, I'm actually a fan of what Milas and his father have done. Valinor has spent more than enough time being independent. We need to band together. We'll be strong enough to face any threat.
Strong together. Yes, that's a very good point too.
Valessa wants to maintain our independence. We can't have that. How long until we're
Hello,
attacked
Deoxys.
again? The Triumvirate isn't our last enemy. And when that time comes, I want to have allies. We need to be strong. To that end, I would have converted Peregrino into a barracks. I know you didn't, and I'm going to honor your choice.
Yes, I didn't do
I'll
that.
be proud to lead Valinorth just as you left it.
That's why I'm pretty sure of my choice now.
Is that all?
Yeah. As I said, I had a lot of time to think about these two guys, and I've made up my mind. They both audibly gulp, anticipating my decisions. This was it. I decide the direction of Valinor's future. It will be either be Fortem's unity or Valissa's independence.
Well, what is it?
Please think this through.
This change will change Alestia's future, so that's a very important chance. So, that's what I will choose Valissa because I didn't choose to turn Peregrino into barracks, and I want that Valinor keep his independence. That's quite important, and I'm very happy that Valissa wants to defend that. So I choose Valissa. I needed to side with Valissa. She was right. We only got involved in this because of alliance with Mazzio. If we maintain our independence, Valinor would be safe and sound. Not only that, but our culture and hierarchy were important too. There'd be no place for seers and scribes in the rest of Alestia. After this was all said and done, Valinor would remain strong and free.
Yes! I knew we were on the same page. I can't thank you enough for this, really. I was so scared we'd lose Valinor.
Yeah. Fortem looks sad. She practically runs towards me and hugs me. Fortem rolls his eyes and looks elsewhere. I'm unsure if it was because of my choice or the hug.
Hey, Fortum even gets a promotion too. As your scribe, you can fill the gap I'm leaving.
Yeah, we need a scribe.
Man, my head is so full of ideas right now. I'll have to discuss things with Dominic more in depth. Oh, this is so cool. When we meet him, it'll be a meeting of nations.
Yes.
Since I'm our envoy, I'll work on sounding as professional as I can.
And she's already here.
So, Dominic, it's a pleasure to meet you. Ah, no, wait, that sounds stupid. Sir Dominic?
Hey, Valessa, calm down for a second. This means I get to replace you as the scribe?
Exactly.
You'll have to give me some last-minute training, you know.
Oh, right. I guess you are a little rusty. No worries. I'll take good care of you. Things will go swimmingly. Trust me.
I hope. It's clear that she's jubilant. I don't think I've seen her this excited in a while. This will be changed the entire way she approached our journey.
And I just want to thank you even more, Seer. You decided to keep Peregrino the way it is. I'm grateful. That's a huge step towards our continued independence.
Well, seems like we have our work cut out for us. I'm a little upset that you didn't pick me, but I'll get over it.
I have a
At the end of the
plan for
day,
you.
I'm not just tagging along anymore. The position of Elder has only been open for a day, but I've been training to become a scribe for my entire life. Maybe, in this case, things worked out for the best.
Yes, very probably. He gives me a wide smile before walking towards the door. But before he leaves, he turns back and looks at the both of us.
You coming, Valessa?
Oh, sure. Just give me a few more minutes. I have a few more things to talk about.
Fair enough. Good night.
After he leaves, Valissa lets out a loud sigh. She presses her back against the wall and closes her eyes.
For once, the future doesn't seem so uncertain. I'm sure I'll be put in a lot of complicated situations, Seer. Your wisdom is just as important to Valinor's future as I am. Remember how you went to Milos today, instead of telling me? If your visions involve my leadership, or Valinor's safety, please come to me. Otherwise, I'll try and force him to take good care of you. He's in good hands.
She exits the room with that I can only describe as the utmost confidence. Her posture, her steps, it all displayed something like a newborn resolve. And for a good reason too, we just decide the direction of our nation's future. I make my way back to the bed and practically collapse on it. Hopefully I'd get enough sleep for our journey to the Outlook. Surrendering to heavy eyelids, I lose myself to the night. It isn't much longer before I fall asleep, but much to my dismay, I get no rest that night. The fates had something else in store. Before I can even comprehend what happened, I'm whisked away from Peregrino. This isn't a vision. Wars don't happen so fast after falling asleep. This is different. I rub my eyes and try to take in more of my surroundings. Where am I? It's so dark, with architecture unlike anything I've ever seen. There's nobody here. I'm all by myself. Except for that. At the other end of the room, it pulsates and glows. As I look at it, I feel something burn deep inside of me. Not in a bad way, no. This is more like a burning desire. It's calling out to me. It wants me to get closer. I take one step forward, keeping my eyes on the mysterious object. As soon as my foot lands on the ground, pain courses through my body. I'm brought to my knees. It's almost like it's slowly draining my energy. When it subsides, I stand back up. But the desire hasn't gone away. I need to get closer. I need to know exactly what this thing is. Hello, Versailles. Viens. Hello, Rania. My burning curiosity trumps any care for my own well-being. Even though I object to such a mindset, I keep moving forward. It's almost like my body is moving on its own, without my input. I take another step, and the pen returns to my body. But this time it's worse. I'm broke to my knees, and I can't seem to get back up. It's tearing me apart. I pant heavily, unable to move as it continues to harm my spirit.
Stop.
I immediately fall to the ground as I hear the voice from behind me. But it's not a bad thing, as I gain full control over my body. Whatever was controlling me, we had to put a stop to it. Turn around and take steps toward them. Grateful. I could tell the farther away from that object I was, the better. But when I reach this mysterious person, I'm not prepared for what I see.
It's almost instinctual now. Interesting. Sorry for not being here right away. I didn't know you'd come so fast. That means things have slowed down on your end. I see.
The triumvirate, I can tell right away. Or at least one of them, since I only see one clock before me. I start to panic and reach for the blade of Exodus.
No.
They wave their hand forward and I can no longer move. Letting out of shackle, they start walking toward me.
So you remain pure, even now.
Remain?
Interesting. I expected to see the seeds of corruption within you. Is it possible you know?
Know what?
No. That can't be right. There is no way to discern the consequences of your actions. You act instinctively, much like before.
Before? We know.
You do what you think is right.
Hello,
But what is right and what is pure? Well, those are two different things.
They strike a pose as if they're lost in fog.
You know who I am, or at least what I belong to. I speak not for the triumvirate, but of my own accord. Not that this would go against the wishes of my subordinates.
Subordinate? What? Does this mean I'm in the presence of the triumvirate leader?
That power within you is a truly wonderful thing. So much strength, gifted to you by the realm of spirits. But you have to ask yourself, is it truly a gift?
Maybe it's a curse.
Do you act in Alestia's best interests? Or in the spirits? Until now, everyone in Valinor assumed the two aligned.
Yeah, me too.
But things are changing. They're starting to make a push.
I strain myself trying to move, but to no avail. Whatever I've done, they're taking over my control of my body.
What purpose is your journey if it ends in complete corruption? Keep that in mind as you stride forward, and make those tough choices. Many of them breed corruption. The pursuit of strength.
Oh, mama, oh, thank you, Deoxys, for the sub-gift to Alex. Mama.
Before you go, I did call you here for one purpose.
Oh, and which is? They motion to the idol at the back of the room before waving their arm. As the ability to move returns to my body, I stumble, failing to balance myself. How is it possible to do this? Can we manipulate spiritual energy without the blade? I regain my balance and immediately turned to look at the idol.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's never been a more pure form of corruption.
What? It's a pure form of
You
corruption.
seek to dethrone us. Isn't that your goal? In that case, remember one thing.
They tilt their head, and though I can't see their face, I assume they're smiling. With a final wave of their hand, I collapse to the ground, and my vision fades away.
The only thing that can destroy pure corruption is purity itself, embodied.
I hear their words, but I seem to exist in a void of nothingness. I don't understand what just happened. I'm only left with a multitude of questions. My actions can influence the purity of corruption, of the power inside of me. I'm gonna save here because that's quite important, I think. So you can see here that thing I didn't notice before. That's the purity level. So I'm 20% here, corruption 0, moral 0, book reads 6. So that thing is very important. I need to reach 100% here and to stay 0 here. Okay. That doesn't make any sense, but then again, maybe that's what they wanted. They want to confuse me, to try and push me down in a different path. Of course they want to scare me away from decisions that would harm their reign. Our own way? Almost immediately I find myself back in Peregrino. I got no sleep. And thanks to what just happened, I duped I would on any other night. The lingering fright that this made happen again was almost crippling. The sun shines through the window, illuminating my room. I can see how covered in dust everything is. Overnight patrons must be rare. I stand up and stretch, letting out a loud yawn. As I do, there's a knock at my door. Come in! Without hesitation, the door swings open for a few moments later. The Valentine Fortem enter, displaying a layer of energy that makes me envious. Must be time to leave. As soon as I walked out that door, our journey would begin.
Hey, Seer. Good morning. We all slept in a bit late, so we're skipping breakfast.
Okay.
Ulrich's orders, so there's no point in fighting it, right?
I want my breakfast.
Yeah, but our next stop is Mazzio. As soon as we get there, I'll buy us all apples.
Apples.
Man, it's been way too long since I've had those.
A one-track mind as usual. But to be honest, it does sound tasty. Hopefully they aren't too expensive.
We're gonna see.
So, are you ready to go? Ulrich and Pro are waiting out front. I guess the outlook is pretty close to Peregrino.
We're gonna see.
I'm good. Unless there's something else we need to do.
They both look at me. I guess it's my choice. It might be a good chance to get some private time with my friends. But Ulrich and Pro could get impatient if we waste time chatting in Peregrino. Either way, I know one thing for certain. I should not tell them what happened. The triumvirate taking me to their chambers, and personally, would they even believe me? I should let it process for a bit longer and see if it happens again before telling anybody. I pause and they wait for my next move. Okay, so there's an explanation here. So over the course of the game, you will make many important decisions. These will increase the background stat known as purity and corruption, a representation of how you carry yourself in the world. It also determines the nature of the power you hold within and your values as a leader. And I guess the ending of the game. Yeah, so you can keep track of your numbers on the save screen. Choice will not be marked by the alignment. So think carefully before making important decisions. So yeah, you will never know if it's purity of corruption. So yeah, important choice. Okay. Audience is affected by your choice to keep Peregrine at the tavern. Okay, click to continue. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversation. Oh, that's a romance interface here. You now have access to heart-to-heart conversation. These are access just like regular one-on-one conversation, but are marked by a heart. Okay, yeah, there's a personal plot. Okay. Make sure to access this important conversation as soon as you can. This conversation can only be played once, and your decisions are 100% final. They will impact your relationship with the character as well as our personal journey. Okay. This conversation cannot be done out of order. You must complete all preceding heart-to-hearts in order to do the next. These are key to solidifying your friendships and pursuing a romantic relation. Okay. So I have access now here. So I'm gonna start with Fortem. Maybe nice and fun to talk to him. Yeah, I'm gonna access to Fortem Art 1. It looks like something is bothering Fortem. I approach him and decide to ask what's on his mind. He seems a little bit startled, like he was indeed lost in thought.
Oh, hey there, Seer. What's wrong? Nothing, really. I'm just thinking about, well, everything.
Uh-oh.
I got a good sleep last night, so that
Yeah,
helped.
I'm quite jealous.
Better than being restless and alone with my thoughts. I'm just thinking about the future a lot right now. Most importantly, it's Valenorth's future that concerns me. We know what Valesso wants to do as Elder, but I'm worried. I've read that nations fall due to a leader's stubborn nature.
Oh, do you think she's stubborn?
I'd rather see Valenorth live alongside the other nations. It's a lot preferable to the concept of dying alone. I think it's just time to turn some pages, you know?
It gives me a nervous laugh before sloughing awkwardly. There's something else on his mind. I can tell what. But it's not my place to pry, so I wait for him to speak.
I know I look pretty well rested, but I'm not. This is pretty embarrassing for me to say, so don't laugh. Last night, I had a really bad dream.
Oh.
I almost cried. We
Just like
were
me.
making our way down toward Mazzio, but we weren't with Pro and Ulrich. It was our parents.
Oh.
I kept telling them not to go. I knew they wouldn't come back.
He clenches his fist and trembles slightly.
But they didn't listen. They just kept going. I ran until my legs could barely move, and then I ran even more. It actually felt like I could save them. If I only tried. Eventually, we made it to the gates of Mazzio. Or at least I think they were. I've never actually been there. But this is the worst part. They finally turned to face us.
And?
And that's when I realized something shocking. I don't remember what my parents looked like, Seer. Their faces were a blur, almost like they were nobody. They started to speak, but I didn't recognize their voices. Has it been so long that I'm forgetting my own parents? I tried so hard to picture them when I woke up. I couldn't. When they died, everyone told me they weren't really gone. That they'd live on forever, inside of my memory. But even that's fading, Seer. What happens next? Back at the Grand Tree, I said I wanted vengeance. I wanted to take down the Triumvirate to avenge our parents. But this dream was kind of like a wake-up call, you know? Why should I fight for something that doesn't exist? And better yet, something I can't even picture in my head. There are so many reasons to fight, all of them less selfish. So, I think I want to fight for you. I want to make sure that you're safe and you survive this. When it comes to you, the entirety of Alestia is at stake.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, I guess. He continues to tremble, and I can tell he's fighting back tears. It's almost like this dream is helping me move on from his parents. He's becoming more grounded in reality, in the here and now. What else should I do? Yeah, I will try to hug and console him. I take a few steps forward and wrap my arms around him. He gasps in surprise, and I notice his trembling come to a halt. A few moments later, I feel his arm returns a hug, squeezing tight.
I just miss them so much.
Yeah, that's perfectly natural. He sniffles softly, like he overcame his imminent tears.
At the end of the dream, when they turned back, I ran toward them and tried to hug them one more time. But I didn't feel anything when I did, and the dream ended. But right now, I'm definitely feeling something. And I know this won't end. I know you're not going anywhere.
He hugs me tighter, and I do so as well.
This is what I need to fight for. The things that are right in front of me, the things that matter, and the things I cherish.
Oh. I nod and let our embrace continue. It seems to last forever, but I don't mind. I let it last as long as it needs to for them. Okay, that's quite interesting. Oh no. Maybe you can try now, Melissa. Curious. Melissa is walking from one end of the room to another. She looks annoyed. Could be any number of things, but I decide to talk to her and figure things out. As soon as I approach her, she stops in her tracks and lets out an exasperated sigh.
You know, I thought things would be different. If you made me the elder, I'd have a big game plan. And I thought I did, but I realized how little I know. Obviously, keeping our independence is important, right? But I've realized that's actually kind of insignificant. Our problems are here in the present, not out in the future. Maintaining our identity is a plan for the future. If Valinor succumbs to the cold, there'll be nothing left to maintain. I still believe we need our independence, but that can't happen for a while. So, against my better judgment, alliances might be necessary. I doubt we can find a way to save Valinor all on our own. We'll require knowledge from all corners of Alestia.
That's disappointing.
That might make things a bit tricky. Rebuilding a nation that wants nothing to do with you. Who'd help me if I planned to give nothing in return? Sorry for rambling on. It's just a lot to take in. But being able to talk about it definitely helps. Thanks, Seer. At the end of the day, being able to confide in you is great.
Okay, of course, we're not anything to with her. Finding inner strength, that's all great, Vanessa. I'm glad to help anytime you need it. I think with Vanessa, yeah, I will keep being neutral. So she needs to find inner strength.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Of course, it never hurts to have some friends around. I expect we'll be spending a lot of time together now.
I'm only joking, but she seems to take it personally. Perhaps now isn't the best time to be cracking jokes like that. I can tell she's even more annoyed. She grumbles under her breath.
Anyway.
It's hard to get a read on her next expression, but she shuffles about some more. Taking a few steps away from me, she rests her back against the wall. I step closer to her, inching ourselves away from them.
What am I going to do? I want Valinor's independence, but I can't get it alone. As we travel the world, I'll need help wherever I can get it. Connecting our nation with the spirits isn't something I can do alone. I have no idea how I'll get it done, though. Like I said, I'll need help from the outside world. What an odd idea. Alliances to achieve independence? No, people would just think I'm using them. In order to do this efficiently, I'd have to keep it a secret. Glean information wherever I can without telling anybody why. A book here, a conversation there, until I find a solution. At the end of the day, nobody would know what I was up to. But when our journey is over, I'd have the means to save Valenorth. That sounds so unethical. But is it really? If it saves our nation? What do you think about all of this, Seer?
We need friends. Be honest about what you're doing, Vanessa. Yeah, be honest about what you're doing, Vanessa.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If I got caught, things would go wrong.
Yeah.
Don't want to harm our chances of saving the world. Can you imagine if somebody did that to us? Helping us out, only to use us for information? I feel bad for suggesting it, but dire times, you know?
Yeah, but dire times means you have to keep your principle with you.
Thanks for giving me your advice, Seer.
Especially
It's
during
good to have
these
some
times.
direction. I was feeling lost. I'm glad to know we can keep working together like this.
Okay. Of course, seconds, you're gonna need more than ever.
And I'm glad we can rise to the challenge. That's good. Something tells me there'll be more challenges to come. But as long as we band together and talk it out, we can do this.
With a wide smile, I can sense a newfound determination within her. Something is there, something that wasn't there the moment we began talking.
Let's get things moving, alright? Like I said, I have a better sense of direction now. Or at the very least, my mind is more clear. That's all I needed.
Letting out a loud sigh, she starts to walk away. I'm glad I decided to reach out to her like this. A clouded mind could affect her performance. If we wanted to win this, everyone will need to be resolute. I shouldn't miss any opportunity to bond with my friends and comrades. Their survival and future would directly relate to their morale. Okay, I think we're done here. I'm gonna save. Yeah. I wrote on here. I'm gonna here. So it should outside. No, not inside. Oh. No, it's system here. Here. Okay. After a trek that was longer than expected, we finally reached the outlook. There was a long uphill walk, so my legs are strained and tired. That, along with my lack of sleep, was an unfortunate combination.
Well, here we are. Samira told me you've never been. Take a look down there. What do you think?
It's out a soft laugh, like he's anticipating our reaction. After a few more steps, we reach the high ground and everything comes into view. The scope of our world and just how small Valenorth really was finally dawned upon me.
Whoa.
That's amazing!
I stopped to catch their breath as they run up the hill in excitement. We can see the entirety of Mazzio, and it looks so tiny from up here. But I know it's much larger than Valenorth, so this is hard to comprehend.
That's Mazzio?
Yeah, that's Mazzio.
Yeah, we can probably reach it in a few more hours. But take a while to enjoy the view. It's really something else. And it's not like we'll be coming back here anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
Crow takes a few steps forward, writing in some kind of journal. He watched Ulrich, not even needing to stare at the paper as he wrote.
And so, Ulrich stood at the entrance of the world, enthralled by its beauty. It would seem that his dreams for the future were no less grand than the sight before him. With comrades in tow, they took in the sight together, an unspoken bond slowly forming.
It's gonna be annoying if he's doing that all the time.
The bond won't last much longer if you keep that up, Pro.
Yeah.
Yikes! It's not like this is my job or anything. You know I'm trying to record all the important moments.
Yeah, but do it silently, please.
You must be grasping at straws if you're writing about me then. Focus on the seer or something. This is the start of his journey.
Hey, don't look at me.
Or maybe you could focus on this.
On what?
Huh?
We all turn to Fortem and he's holding out his hands. Inside of the cup is formed with them rests a single crimson leaf. A breeze flows through the area, sending a chill through all of us. Immediately we turn toward Valley North, in awe of what we see. The bleed leaves are falling, making their journey through the sky. Carried by the chilling wind, they find their way down the mainland.
Wow.
This shouldn't be happening, right? The blood leaves don't fall at this time of year.
Yeah, it's unusual.
He's right, everyone. Normally, it's too warm for them to wilt and fall. I know what this means. Valenorth is starting to die.
Winter is coming.
You mean because of the dim spirit idol?
Welcome back, Siberian.
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen so fast. We need to hurry. If we don't do something, our home will
freeze. Eric steps forward and rests a hand on Balista's shoulder.
Don't worry. We'll figure out a way to save your village. We are saving Alestia, and that includes Valenorth.
She nods, and we turn back to stare down at the mainland. For a moment, the falling of the blood leaves was a more beautiful sight. But was this a blessing or perhaps a portent of bad things to come? Pro remains silent but continues writing in a notebook. Surely this will give enough material to keep busy for a while. I look at Valisa and Portem, and they give me nervous smiles.
Are you ready, Seer? I guess this is where things truly begin.
Oh. Yeah. Let's do this.
As a team, we can do this. I'm stronger for having you by my side.
Eric takes a few steps back, letting us have our moment. He knew how important this was to the three of us. It was perhaps the biggest moment of our lives.
So, this is it, huh?
She lets go of the blue leaves she held in her hand. The gust of wind from behind her helps them sail down to Mazzio.
Now, it's our turn.
I notice Fortem wipes his eyes with his forearm. Was he crying? It's probably best not to point it out, as I don't want to embarrass him. He clenches his fist and looks to the sky with closed eyes.
I wish you could be here with us. Don't worry, Mom and Dad. I'll make you proud.
Okay, should I save now? Oh no, I gotta wait a little bit more. He turns up to us and smiles, or we can tell that the moment is over. Without saying anything, he starts walking down the outlook. From what I can see, a trail takes us all the way to Mazzio. This is it. This was the moment our journey began.
As a group, we headed down to Mazzio, with our resolve peaked. In that moment, it seemed like our goal was both clear and within our grasp. However, Mazzio would soon prove how wrong and naive we truly were.
Oh, so I think we complete the first act. So we can see a chronicle here from Triumvirate or continue the adventure. So we're gonna do it right now. Going to Mazzio. Yeah, travel to Mazzio. Okay, so this is a new place here. Mazzio Tavern, Mountain Pass. So I guess we're still in the Mountain Pass here. As we take our first steps away from Valley North, I make note of my surroundings. Not much has changed, yet in my heart, I can feel an indescribable difference. Crimson's leaves litter the ground, remnants of her earlier spectacle.
Whoa, they look pretty cool, huh?
It was definitely a nice send-off. I just hope the Mazzians aren't afraid.
Why would they be afraid?
It seems like a silly thing to be worried about.
Well, the rest of Alestia sees them as an ill omen.
But they're just leaves.
Well, you know how superstitious people can be.
Don't look at me, Ulrich.
I was taught that they're tears from the spirit realm. You know, the spirits crying out. But I don't know why. Perhaps our parents were reaching out to us.
Case in point, Pro.
Fair enough. Anyway, there was something I had to say. Don't you think it's a little odd to walk around like that?
Okay, I have a first shot here. He looks at me giving the up and down. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm confused. Hey, you look. You're no longer. You can do my van if you like. You mean without holding your hand? You're right. Mind your own business. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. We need to communicate. We're a team, so I need to know what's going on.
That huge blade you have on your back?
Oh,
you know,
the Exodus
one the
blade.
Triumvirate will want to steal?
Yeah.
I think we should cover it up. It's too open right now.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. We don't know how many eyes will be on us. It might help us get past the gate guard as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't take kindly to seeing that. They're skeptical enough of travelers from Valinor.
What? But we wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
That's exactly the point.
People from Valinor would never harm Mazzio, true. But that's what makes it the perfect excuse for wrongdoers. Say you're from Valinor and get through without a second thought.
That's awful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're keen on that trick. They'll end up questioning us no matter what we say.
So we need to cover up the blade.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing I brought this then.
She holds up the cloth that was wrapping the blade in the ground tree. It's large enough that it could wrap it around myself like a cloak. I'm positive that we'll ask what's underneath, but it's worth a try.
What do we do if they don't buy it?
Well, I'll play some of my patented charm.
Oh, please.
We're doomed.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Portent and Valessa share a quick laugh, while Pro fumes. Furry crosses his arm and starts to come up with a plan.
There's still a long way to go, so let's walk and talk. We're losing time, and that's the one thing we can't afford to lose.
Immediately after, Valessa hands me the cloth from earlier. I knew that many people in Mazzio were part of the rebellion, but not everybody. The gate guards must be an example of those not under Damek's thumb, at least yet.
Alright.
I wrapped the cloak around my back and fashioned the top into a hood. The blades of Exodus, as well as my identity, was sufficiently masked. With the small hope that this facade would work, we continued toward Mazzio. So we have just you can have a side talk here between these two, or talk to
Hey.
Ulrich. You can talk to Ulrich. What can you tell about Mazzio? Anything else you want to tell me about yourself? Hello, Fernao. Oh my god. Not really, Momomon. Hey, be nice with the bot, Momomon. So, what can you tell me about Mazzio?
There's not much to say that you don't already know. It's a trading hub, providing goods and services to Valinor and Alarenthia. But there's a large piracy scene, providing the more illicit
Oh,
goods and
pirates.
services. The occupation was supposed to make things better, but it didn't. It only created more laws to break, and they haven't even cracked down on them. The mayor has slowly defected to our side after realizing the triumvirate's true intent. They only wanted the spirit idol hidden underneath Mazzio. We're sure of it. The introduction of law and order to the city of Mazzio was justification enough for them. If they truly wanted to keep Mazzio in line, they'd be enforcing the laws they put in place.
I see. And what is the current piracy scene like?
There are two pirate lords, Alex and Nada.
Yeah, Nada, I know
They
that.
see eye to eye on most things but disagree on others. Still, rather than fight each other, they've come to rule together. Some pirates prefer Alex while others prefer Nada. It's not too complicated, but there's enough drama around piracy to deal with infighting, so they work together.
Okay, what you can tell me about Nada?
Now, she's a different story entirely. Nothing is off limits for her. She wants money and power. As long as the price is right, it doesn't matter what you want to smuggle, she's your girl. Her vision of the future is different than Alex's. One day she sees herself in charge of Mazzio. A lot of the pirates follow her because she promises them riches and power. Alex doesn't do that. He simply promises them a stable living with the hopes that one day it's made legal. But Nada doesn't care what's right or what's wrong, only about having the most power. I guess she thinks that if you have power, it doesn't matter what you do. While Alex wants to live an honest, legal life, Nada wants to be strong enough to do anything. If you have the whole world in your hand, much like the triumvirate, no one will stop you.
Okay, and Alex, what can you tell me about Alex?
Piracy wasn't his first choice, but he really didn't have any say in the matter. None of the legitimate trading companies would hire him due to his troubled past. He basically takes whatever job he can get, living off of Nada's scraps. A lot of the local pirates follow after his ideals. He doesn't have delusions of grandeur. The goods he smuggles aren't too dangerous either. It's pretty close to an honest living. He just wants the trade bans lifted, to continue doing what he's doing and be accepted.
Okay, I see. And which pirate lord do you support, Ulrich?
I've never had to think about it, so I don't really have an answer. But I'd probably have to go with Alex. Nada is a bit too ruthless for me. If she was in power, people would be under her thumb, rather than free.
Okay, I'm going back. And what can you tell me about the mayor? We already saw a scene before with the mayor.
His name is Grizz, and he slowly defected to our side. He's a good ally to have, especially with the strings he can pull. I doubt our plans would have gotten this far without his assistance.
Okay. Can you really beat Prust?
I'd say so, yeah. This isn't a sudden defection or anything like that. It's been slowly happening over the last 20 years. I saw it all. He's truly sorry for what he's done, and now he wants redemption.
Oh.
I guess joining us will help him achieve that redemption. He's just in the unfortunate situation of playing both sides. He does work with the enemy, but his allegiance is with us. I know it.
Okay, anything I should know before meeting him?
He's really big. He can be intimidating, but his heart is in the right place. You don't really get the politician vibe from him. He looks more like a warrior. But that's kind of the point. The triumvirate wanted a ruthless man in charge. Just don't judge him based on his appearance and you'll be fine. There's a friendly man underneath that hardened exterior, I promise. If it weren't for his efforts, the rebellion would barely be successful.
Okay. I really want to ask Ulrich, tell me about your hobbies, Ulrich.
Well, spare time is pretty scarce these days, but I love a good drink.
Oh.
Nothing better than winding down a busy day with some ale, right? Aside from that, I love a good spar, but it's hard to find a challenge.
Okay, and what do you like to drink?
I'm not picky. I just like the effects.
Oh.
The stronger stuff is more expensive, though, and I'm not loaded. Well, unless Dominic decides to treat me, I guess. That's rare, though.
Okay. So we're gonna continue our travel to Mazzio, I guess.
Wow! Mazzio looks so big, even from this far away. It's easily 5 times bigger than Valenorth.
Try for 10, little one. Just stick by my side and you won't get lost. I don't feel like running around town trying to find you.
Again, I'm not little. And trust me, I'll never get lost. I have a pretty good sense of direction.
Says the guy who got lost on his way home last week.
Oh.
Valessa, it was dark. You'd have done the same thing in my
Thank you,
situation.
Clear Cat.
Not true. I was home a few hours before you. Just take Ulrich up on his offer, Fortem. He's being nice. Who knows what the pirates would do to you if they found you alone?
Okay, and now you're scaring me.
Yeah. So we're gonna reach the main gate, and this is the first test here because we're gonna need to pass the guards. A few hours later, we finally arrive at the gates of Mazzio. There's nobody inside, except for one lonely gate guard. He stands there, kicking his foot back and forth. Slow day?
Oh, great! It's Carmen!
Carmen?
Who?
Basically, the one gate guard I'm comfortable with. Leave this one to me. We'll be in Mazzio
I
before
just
you know it.
hope Pro didn't have trouble with that guard because, yeah. He smirks and starts striding toward Carmen. But before he can get too far, Eric grabs him by the shoulder. Holding him in place, Pro protests by screaming and trying to break free.
Hey! Let go! We don't have much time to waste!
There's another way.
Oh. Eric glances over at Valessa, Fortem and High. I'm not sure what he means by another way. Or something we could do here?
Oh, come on! I had a whole routine worked out, Ulrich. Mine will work for sure. With them, it's a risk.
I just want to see how they handle this. Diplomacy will be really important moving forward. Shouldn't we let them get some practice?
Probably. I have enough of a cryptic conversation and step forward. Asking them what they meant, I politely request an explanation. If there was something they need to say, there was no point in hiding it.
The new Elder of Valenorth.
Ah, yeah, you mean Valessa, yeah.
Yeah.
He smiles and keeps his gaze set on all 3 of us. I'm starting to get an idea of what we're talking about.
Valessa, come here.
Oh. She looks a bit startled at the sudden demand, but slowly steps forward. I can sense her apprehension of being put on the spot. I know that feeling.
What can I do for you, Ulrich?
For us.
This is your first time coming to Mazzio, right? The relationship between both of our nations is important. How we handle this situation could have a big impact.
In what way?
Pro wants to lie his way in. That's what he does best. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. It usually works wonders. But at the end of the day, you are the Elder of Valenorth.
Yeah, you need to go on the priority side, I guess.
If you prefer, you can try talking to Carmen. See if you can reason with him and get our entry granted. Your role as the Elder can't stay hidden forever. What would the people think if someone like you was accomplice to deceit? Word has its way of traveling around. It could find its way back to you. Aside from the rebellion, you have to make an impact on Mazzio's people.
Wow, for a bodyguard, he has a lot of principles. Whoa.
The question is, what kind of impact should that be?
I guess this is a lot more complicated than I originally thought.
Yeah.
Everything will be complicated now, Valessa. Don't do anything lightly from this point forward.
Eric made a very good point, and we had better give it some thought. everything we did from now would affect the relationship between our nations. We were no longer just focused on the rebellion, but Mazzio-Valinor's relation. It seemed that Milo's resignation left a lot more responsibility on our laps. I shrugged and turned toward Valessa, and for them, we start to discuss the matter.
What should we do?
Yeah, I think Elder, it's time to shine. I stop and think and come to a conclusion that I believe is the best. We shouldn't hide our identities, and we should stick to diplomacy. It's better than setting something up that's bound to backfire on us. I turn to Valessa and give her a nod. I guess this would be her first political move as Elder. We just had to hope that Carmen was willing to play ball. Takes slow, confident steps toward him until he notices her. When he does, she steps and crosses her arms, ready to talk.
Do you have an entry permit?
Uh-oh.
I was actually hoping that wouldn't be an issue. We're here from Valenorth on urgent business.
Everyone's business is urgent, ma'am. I can't put you above any other tourist. I need to see some paperwork.
Of course.
I don't have any. But please, I'm Valenorth's elder. We have urgent business in Mazzio.
The elder? Yeah, and I'm Mayor Grizz.
Uh-oh.
Trust me,
Believe
that's not the first time I've heard that one. If you don't have papers, I need to ask you to leave.
Listen, this is really important. We can't afford to waste any more time. I'll get the mayor to come verify this once we're inside.
It doesn't work that way, ma'am. You just leave me hanging. Everyone else does. Either present some papers or stop wasting my time.
I can tell that Valessa is getting annoyed. I've never seen her like this. As is to offer assistance, Ulrich stepped forward, clearing his throat. Perfect timing too, as Valessa was about to lose her temper.
I apologize on behalf of the Elder. This is her first time traveling. We are not up to any funny business, I assure you. It's an urgent meeting. The national security of Mazzio and Valenorth are both compromised.
Is that so?
Do you have a family, Carmen?
Yeah, I do.
I promise that we are not lying. The Triumvirate is on the move to occupy Valenorth, but in order to do so, they'll have to pass through Mazzio. Your family could be in danger. The attack is imminent. All we ask is that you let us through so we can go about our business. Our matters in Mazzio concern the safety of almost every Celestial. If you don't let us through, a lot of innocent people will die. And trust me, we will make it known that you held us back. Do you really want to go down in history like that, Carmen? Or would you rather go down in history as a hero? The man that allowed us to carry out our mission.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't. I'm asking you to take a leap of faith. Is it really worth gambling with the lives of your family?
Carmen gulps audibly and shuffles in place.
I think I remember you.
Yeah, I just left for Valenorth yesterday morning. I'm not an outsider. Mazzio is my home. Please, let me and my friends protect it.
And you promise not to tell anybody?
I promise. But you should also abandon your post. They'll need to pass right through these gates. Your life is worth more than this job. Please, get to safety with your family. Do you really think I'm making this up?
I don't know.
If I just wanted entry, I wouldn't care about you. But this is more than that. I want to help you too. I'll tell Grizz right away so you don't get in trouble.
Alright, I trust you.
Carmen steps to the side and stops blocking the gate.
Just don't make me regret this.
You never will.
Eric steps back, smiling as he turns to us. It seems Valessa couldn't accomplish this task on her own. But this help was much appreciated, as we couldn't have done this otherwise.
Thank you, Ulrich. I was drawing a blank the whole time. Maybe I'm not ready for this kind of stuff.
That's preposterous, Valessa. I didn't expect you to succeed. It was your first time. You handled yourself well, and you're gaining experience.
He walks away and Pro approaches the group.
That was pretty amazing. I still think my idea was better, though. I had a whole script in my head and everything.
Valisa shrugs and turns to face the gate. At least her first act as Elder will be an open and honest one. We couldn't say the same thing if we were to align ourselves with Pro.
So, shall we?
Yeah. He motions to the gate, which is now free for us to enter. After everything we've been through, we were finally here. It was time to get this started and meet Demek.
Wow, there's so many people in there. And it sounds super noisy. Is it always like that?
Pretty much. But why are we standing here talking about it? You realize we can walk right in and see
Yeah,
it,
we're gonna
right?
do that.
Oh, right. Guess I was just waiting on the seer.
Yeah, I'm coming. Okay, so we reach the main gate. Maybe we can go to the town square now. As we take our first step into Mazzio, we all pause and examine the surroundings. It's a crowded mess with people running in every conceivable direction. Market stalls are set up wherever there's room, with all sorts of wares.
Wait, I think I see them.
See who?
Wait, I think I see them.
Portent immediately tries running ahead, untreated by something he sees. Ah, the apples, I guess. But before he can get very far, Ulrich grabs him from behind and stops him. With a tight grip on Portent's collar, it's clear he's not going anywhere.
Hey, what gives?
You can't just run off into a crowd like that, Fortin. You'll get lost, and I don't have the time to find you. Stay close to us. We'll get over there eventually.
All right.
His ears droop down and he starts to mop around. But before he gets too sad, Ulrich reaches into his pockets. Pulling out some coin, he gives it to Portent with a smile.
Here's some money to spend on whatever you want, but like I said, just make sure you stick close to us. This isn't the kind of place you want to be alone in.
Wow, thanks, Ulrich. I'm gonna look for some apples then. Can you point them out for me so I don't get lost?
Yeah, they should be over there.
Pointing to a nearby market stall, Portent runs off, jubilant. Free money from Ulrich? He must have taken a liking to Portent. Either that, or he figured somebody needed to keep him in line.
Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for Demek. Knowing him, he's already here waiting for us. Do you see him anywhere, Pro?
There's too many people. Give me a few minutes. I'll find him.
A few moments later, Portent returns. He's holding an apple, his eyes glistening with happiness.
Look, I finally got what I wanted. It was so expensive, though. I only had enough for one. Guess I'll have to make it last as long as possible, huh?
Only one? You were conned, Fortin. I should have followed you after all.
Conned?
Yeah.
Yeah, taken advantage of. The locals know a tourist when they see one. They raise the prices because you don't know any better.
Mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my fault. For a moment, I put too much faith in the people. At least now you know all of my warnings were true.
Harry lets out a large sigh and continues scouting their surroundings. It takes a few steps in different directions, as if at help his search. But Valisa calls out to us shortly after, pointing back towards the gate.
Is that him?
A man who was standing there starts to load and approach us. He was standing with his back against the gate, out of sight. It was a perfect hiding spot, since we've been looking ahead.
I just wanted to see if you'd noticed me, actually. You've got a good eye on you. Valessa, right?
Yeah, the Elder of Valinor. Pleased to meet you, Demek, sir. Your friends have really talked you up.
And I'm Fortame, the scribe. We've heard a lot about you, actually.
All nonsense, I'm sure.
After smiling at Valisa and Fortame, he approaches me.
And you must be the seer. It feels like I've been waiting forever to meet you. Honestly, the last little while has been so hectic.
He blushes, and I can tell he's extremely nervous. It's odd because he greeted Valentine for them with ease. It humbles me to see a man of such importance treat me this way.
I almost can't believe this is happening. It's an honor to meet you, Seer. It truly is.
Okay, I didn't picture the general to be so handsome. The honor is all mine, Damek. So you're the one who forced me to all this. Nice to meet you. Okay. Okay, the honor is all mine, Damek.
And you're just as polite as I imagined. There's no need to be so formal. You're among friends.
I reach out to shake his hand, but he immediately pulls back. With a nervous laugh, he rubs the back of his head. Did I do something wrong? He seemed excited to meet me, so I assumed the handshake was in order.
Anyway, shall we get going? We have quite a busy day ahead of us.
Okay. He starts walking, expecting us to follow. But as soon as he gets to Pro, he stops in his tracks.
Oh, just one more thing before we move along. You'll be on cleaning duty for the next month, Pro.
What?
What? What did I do?
It's more about what you didn't do, and the answer to that is everything. I ended up sending Ulrich to pick up your slack. We can't afford to waste time anymore. I'm sure you had your reasons, but...
What?
Yeah, and they were really good reasons. I couldn't just march into Valinor with a blade. I need to have some discretion. It took time.
Really, Pro? You know you can't just throw excuses at me. I know how this stuff works. You were lazy.
He lets out a loud sigh while Pro shuffles in place, ashamed.
I suppose it's my fault in the first place. I should have known better than to send you there. With a tavern in the way, your priorities would be clear.
After a spat, Damek turned to face me with a smile. Even when he was scolding, it was polite. That's interesting. I can start to see why people would like to follow him.
Anyway, we have some business with the mayor. Let's head to his house. I'll explain there. After that, I'll give you a tour of our HQ.
Plans with Grizz. Is it about the pirates?
I said I'd explain when we get there, Ulrich. We can't talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. Finish up whatever business you have, and we'll get going.
Okay. With that said, I guess it was time to head to the mayor's house. I knew something about Mazzio, so I didn't know if this was a detour or not. But either way, my training with the Blade of Exodus would surely begin today. I look at Valentine for them, and we nod at one another. I guess I'd finish up any business here, then follow Damek. My legs are tired, but it feels like our trek was almost over. So let's see what we can do here. Damek has now permanently joined your party. A new statistic, morale, has also been unlocked. Troop morale is at 90%. Morale may rise and fall over the course of the game. Your army and their welfare will be affected by your choices. Ensure a high morale, or your forces may not survive the coming war. Okay, so you can talk to... yeah. Here, you can talk to these people here. Okay, maybe I can talk to him.
Hey!
What can you tell me about yourself?
Well, it all depends on what you'd like to know. I mean, I'm an open book, but I don't know where to start. Feel free to throw a few questions at me. I'll play along.
Okay. How old are you? When did you join the rebellion?
I must have been 6 or 7 years old. A lot of the details are like a blur in my head.
Wow.
Maybe my mind did that on purpose, you know.
Okay.
But I was rescued by a small group of townspeople. After the battle died down, they started picking up the scraps. The rebellion wasn't formed just yet. That was just starting. Salus, the previous elder of Valinor, came to visit. The treaty and the rebellion were formed shortly after. I had no place to go. And no family. I was forced to fight.
Oh, that's a children's soldier.
But that's not really a bad thing, you know. I'm pretty strong now.
Yeah.
Trained for almost any scenario. I just wish I didn't have to miss out on a regular childhood.
And how old are you?
27. Not too young, not too old. I'm in the perfect place to be leading this army. A lot of the other victims were far younger than me. And those that weren't were far older. They took on more of a caregiver role. Plenty of orphans needed plenty of parents.
Okay. What can you tell me about the triumvirate?
We don't know too much about them, to be honest. They're shrouded in mystery and only rule from their chambers. We've tried to coax them out, but so far nothing has worked.
Okay. Do you know where I came from?
Not a clue. It's anyone's guess. Hopefully we'll find some answers after all this is over. There's got to be some record of their past, right?
I hope so.
At least that's what I'm hoping for. But I'll have to be content if we never find out. My main goal is liberating Alestia and gaining freedom.
Okay. And did they make the Blade of Exodus?
I think so. As far as we know, they've had it forever. Ancient writings and murals have depicted the blade. We still don't know for sure, though. They could have found it. What we need to worry about is the power the blade houses. It gave them the power to enslave an entire world of innocent people. We must never resort to the same thing. I want to destroy it when this is over.
Okay. I'd like to know more about our battle plan.
Sure. Anything specific?
Okay, what's the first step? Do you have a strategy?
Yeah, and it's something
Hello,
you'll be
Linux
hearing
Signal.
more of. We have some stuff to take care of for now.
A lot
You'll
of
get
things.
used to the war
actually.
table. Trust me.
Yes, it's long time no see, Momo. Maybe you can talk to me. You can talk to me on Discord after the live. Momo. What's the first step?
Well, I'll have you rest for the day.
Oh, rest.
Then we'll start training you with the Blade of Exodus tomorrow.
Oh, training. Okay.
I think that slow exposure therapy will be the best possible approach.
Yeah, because it's very painful.
As you build a tolerance for its power, you'll be able to wield it longer.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll also be training in the basics of swordplay. Ulrich will make sure that you learn everything you need to. We have the benefit of foresight here. We know the Triumvirate will be busy with Valinor. You can train, and we can attack Balteus right under their noses.
Okay.
Sure.
I want to check. Do you have any idea how you can save Valinor? Because that was my vision.
You mean imbue it with spiritual energy? I'm not sure. But I wouldn't classify your nation as dead. Not just yet. The power inside of you is proof that we can redirect it.
Okay.
If the spirits can move power from the land to an individual, well, there's no reason to believe that the reverse isn't
Take
possible.
care, Linux Signal.
That blade is capable of so much. I think it will be the key to all of that.
Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the mayor's house. Meet the mayor. We follow after Kamek and embark on what seems like an endless journey. However, after an hour or so of walking, we end up in a residential area. The buildings here are built beautifully, very different from before.
Wow, this place looks incredible. My town square was a little bit off. Not the best first impression, if you ask me.
It's a sign of wealth to live far away from the markets. Only those who work live near the town square. Once you've got it made, you move out here.
That is, of course, unless you're important to Mazzio. Grizz gets to live here free of charge for his services. That offer even extends to Lilith, his assistant.
Okay.
You mean like our elder back in Valinor?
Yeah, exactly. So make sure to be careful. In this district, pretty much everyone is royalty. Or at least they expect to be treated that way.
Alright, thanks for the advice, Dominic.
Yeah, that's a local etiquette. She moves to the back of the group, almost like she's worried. We continue to walk, but not for much longer. Damek stops in his tracks.
To your right, Grizz's office. Sorry it took a while, but you know how it is. It'll be an even longer trek back to our new HQ.
Oh, yes, the new HQ. He laughs and motions to the nearby building. It stood out from the rest in both quality and size.
It's time for you to tell us what's going on. I hate being left in the dark like this. You know that.
Of course. You know I'm a man of my word. I just didn't like talking about the stuff in the town square.
He cracks his knuckles, like he's preparing for something. He faces towards Valissa, Fortem, and myself with a smile. It's almost like he's assumed that Ulrich and Pro are up to speed.
Well, as you know, Mazzio is rampant with piracy. All of that chaos needs some sort of order, right?
Uh-oh.
2 pirates have risen to the challenge, Alex and Nada.
Oh no, I need to choose, right?
Unifying all the pirates isn't an easy task, but they did it. They have established trade routes and the largest fleet in the world.
Okay.
We want to strike a deal with them and gain some ships. Easy, right?
Yeah.
When we attack Balteus, we won't be able to hold back. Having enough ships to carry our massive army over is essential. And if we can get the pirates to fight with us, even better.
Yeah.
Grizz made it clear that he wants to cut a deal. In order to win them over, we'll need to bend to their will. However, after learning that Alex and Nada have started to fight...
Uh-oh.
Now we have to choose who we side with.
They
They both want different things, but they both offer ships. That's why we're here. I imagine they're waiting inside.
Oh my god, that's a big meeting. He speaks with such passion and enthusiasm, it's thrilling. It was clear that he truly cared about Alestia and its people.
The future of Mazzio is likely going to change. It's so exciting. I'll negotiate with them and Grizz will make any necessary decrees. I just want my favorite people present. So that's why you're all here.
Oh, that's cute. He smiles and turns back to Ulrich and Pro.
I trust there aren't any objections.
No. Eric scoffs and crossing his arm.
You sure upped the scale of our attack. I thought we just planned to steal a few ships, but now you want an entire fleet? What changed?
We need to give this our all if we're going to win. But remember, we have a world to reshape when we're done. Striking a deal with the pirates is something that needs to happen.
Okay, so we need to...
we could wait until after the war, but if we do it now, we stand a better chance of winning. Plus, the people need to know that we're capable rulers too.
Fair enough. I concede.
Eric smiles, the promise of more power might appealing his curiosity.
That's brilliant, Dominic. Taking care of 10 problems with one move, as usual. I'm just glad that they get to see for themselves now.
He motions to Valissa, Fortem and I. That seems like a sound strategy, to be honest. Gain military might and prove himself capable of leadership. The people will need to know that is worth following. Releasing Mazzio from the grip of the Triumvirate would be a great start. And thankfully Grizz was on our side. This wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Well, I guess it's time. I'm a little nervous, but I'll manage.
Okay. A quick smirk is on his way inside. Pro and Ulrich go too, expecting us to follow suit.
Man, things are sure busy around here. Hope we get to rest when we get to our HQ.
Come on, Fortem. It's interesting. We're watching history in the making here.
Yeah.
If it's history, then it'll be in a book. I'd just sleep and read it when I get up.
Hey, that's lazy. They talk amongst themselves as they enter Grizz's house. I guess I should hurry in, so I don't miss anything. Grizz's house is much more impressive than the others. It stands just as tall, but it's easily twice as wide. It must have tons of free space in there. So maybe I need to click here. Yeah, wait. Oh, I'm supposed to enter. Click here? Oh, yes, here. Oh. When I enter a Greece house, I'm taken aback by how massive it is. A front desk, probably for the assistant, rests near the front door. But behind it is a massive atrium with a staircase leading up. I'm willing to bet that Greece's office is at the top of that staircase. I look around and find Madame Damek, Ulrich, and Proch chatting with a woman. This must be the assistant that Damek mentioned earlier. After noticing me enter, she quickly approaches us. Valessa and Fortem retreat behind me, leaving me in charge. I take a step forward and introduce myself to her without hesitation.
I've heard so much about you, Seer. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Hello, Aline. Okay, come here. Thanks for watching, Aline. See you next time, Mama. She puts her hand forward and I give her a firm handshake. Valessa and Fortem seem immediately at ease, as she's very friendly. For a moment, I'm not entirely sure what we're expecting.
I'm guessing that's the Blade of Exodus.
Oh. She tilts her head toward my back.
You can take that cloak off in here, by the way. Everybody in this office knows what's going on. There's no need to hide around Grizz, or myself.
I nod and remove the makeshift hood covering my head. I feel the fresh Mazzio hair on my face for the first time.
Come back here with the rest of us, alright? I think they're almost ready to head upstairs.
She motions to the main landing area of the atrium. We move past her desk, which acts almost like a barrier. I'm assuming she acts as Grace guard as well, standing watch. Hello, Alex. Momo, have a good night. Come here. See you next time. Momo. After a few moments, we regroup with the others. We're talking about themselves, but Lilith brings that to an end. Clapping her hands together hands and very loudly, their attention is grabbed.
Sorry, Lilith. Just lots to think about at the moment. I'm almost nervous to walk up there, if I'm honest.
There's no need to be nervous, Domic. It won't be any different from the last time you were here. Just a few added bodies, that's all. Not the end of the world.
I just don't want to make the wrong choice. There's a lot riding on this, Lilith.
Have you made the wrong choice in the past?
Well, I don't think so.
Then you'll be fine. Besides, Alex and Nada aren't too bad. They're both playing ball to get what they want. That means they'll have to be on their best behavior. So if being in the presence of pirates was a worry for...
Oh, no, that's not it at all. I'm more than happy to work with the pirates. You're right, though. I have a good track record.
Hey. Let's have a narrow laugh before looking up to the top of the stairs.
I guess that'll have to do. Are they ready?
Yeah, they're expecting all of you. It might be a bit crowded, but you'll manage.
Did you happen to overhear anything? You know, so I don't go in blind?
Unfortunately, no. They're being very discreet.
Oh,
well, worth a shot. I guess it's finally time to do this. Are you ready, everybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna save here. I don't want to miss anything. No, I want to save, not load things. Page 1. Is there a page 2? Ah, yes. Okay. Okay, so it's saved, so just in case. He looks at all of us one by one and we nod. I can tell he's trying to delay this, but I'm not sure why.
Grizz will give me a debriefing when you're done. I know you're busy, so after this, just go on your way. Lots to do and little time to do it, right?
She glances at me and the sword on my back before walking away. It seems this quick detour wasn't going to be quick at all. During these negotiations, everything could change. Hopefully Damek would be able to get what he needs. I just hope that the pirates' demands aren't too extreme. With the high ground, they had the right to request anything. We all look at the top of the stairs, ready to get things moving. This would be a very important moment for Damek and the rebels. To that end, we should not keep Grace waiting for too much longer. We all enter the office in sync, and everyone inside stares at us. It's odd, but at first glance, I can tell exactly who everybody is. Nada takes a few steps forward, a sly smirk on her face.
Late, are you? Good to know your word is trustworthy. It's not like this is important or anything like that.
It's clear bait, and Damek doesn't take it at all. Instead, he smirks back and approaches Grace and the pirates.
Actually, this meeting doesn't start until I arrive. So, Nada, you're actually early. Very obedient of you. A bit softer than your reputation cites, but I'll let it slide.
Oh my god, he's smart. She struggles to conjure up a comeback and simply shrugs. Damek approaches Grace's desk and waves all over her. It isn't much longer until we all crumb together.
Grizz, I'd like to introduce you to the seer.
I take a step forward and offer hands to Grizz. He rises from his chair and gives my hand a firm shake.
It's an honor to meet you, Seer. And those two must be your friends.
That's right. I nod as he looks at the design for them.
Say, have you three been to Mazzio before? I can't put my finger on it, but you look familiar.
What? I shake my head and he promptly returns to his chair. He looks at all of us one by one and lets out a loud sigh.
Oh well, not that it matters anyway. I'd like to thank you all for coming to my office. Today we discuss the matter of Damek and the pirates.
What have you got for me, Grizz? Surely you have their demands laid out on the table.
Yes, of course. I made them write up their demands in private.
Okay.
I didn't want them influencing each other in any certain direction.
He points out the two pieces of paper resting on his table. They turn upside down so nobody could read them.
Here's how this is going to work. Neither pirate knows which paper is theirs. Damek, you and your allies are to read each one.
Okay.
Afterwards, each pirate is to explain their demands out loud. This is to make sure they haven't gotten greedy or changed their mind.
Okay.
We also need some witnesses, which is why I had you bring some friends. At that point, Damek may converse with his allies. When a decision is made, we will both sign the chosen demands. To avoid any conflict, neither pirate will learn if they were chosen.
Oh.
When everybody leaves, the demands will be mailed back. The pirate that receives a signed paper today will know they were chosen. There is no time for drama or infighting on my property.
Okay.
Understand?
That's very smart.
I understand.
Damek looks over to Nada and Alex, awaiting their approval.
Yeah, I understand.
Me too.
Damek places his hand on the desk, looking over the papers. But before taking any actions, he turns his head toward me.
Seer, I'd like your input on this. You're no stranger to tough decisions, right?
Yeah?
I'd like to see how you think about this kind of stuff. You must have had some reason to keep Peregrino, right? I'd like to see your process, for the lack of a better word.
I nod and walk up to the desk, standing beside him. We stare down at the two papers, hesitant.
You may begin the first phase. Remain silent, but read the papers over.
Okay. A few moments later, Damek grabs one of the papers. He inches closer to me and slowly turns it around. It's Alex's offer. He wants the trade bans to be lifted from Mazzio. If this is done, the pirates must all be offered jobs in the Mazzio shipping company. Piracy will be no more and Mazzio will turn into a nation of free trade. In exchange, he can offer the ships and crew of those who side with him. This makes up approximately 35% of the total pirates in Mazzio. 35, okay. I cannot guarantee all Nada's followers will react to this change. Damek places the paper face down and quickly grabs the other one. He shows no expression, wearing the perfect poker face. Turning the paper around, it's time to see the other half. It's Nada's offer. She wants Mazzio to be divided in two. If this is done, all the pirates will move to a new nation, out of Mazzio's way. Of course, she must be declared head of this new pirate nation. Furthermore, her demands include more details about the division of Mazzio. It's done so in a fashion that gives both sides equal market and reputation and praise. Mazzio currently owns all of these, so it will be negatively affect the nation. In exchange, she can offer approximately 65% of the total pirates in Mazzio. This includes a massive arsenal of ships, making Alex's offer seems inconsequential. Both demands share one thing in common. Pirates' criminal records are to be wiped. Damek places the second paper face down and shrugs.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Indeed. We can move on to phase 2. Alex and Nada, it's your turn to step forward. Your verbal demands must match the papers.
In response to Gree's order, they both step forward. This whole thing seemed incredibly well thought out. There was no room for error in any possible way.
My demands are quite simple, actually. All pirates will have their criminal records erased. Furthermore, the trade bans will be lifted from Mazzio. Pirates will be publicly pardoned and no longer ostracized. They will be offered jobs within the Mazzio Shipping Company. Our clients, our cargo, and our trade routes will all carry over as well. This will reintroduce us to society and legitimize all of our efforts. Mazzio will be free as it once was, and as it always should be. In exchange, I offer 35% of Mazzio's pirates and their ships.
He takes a few steps back, crossing his arms. Nada scoffs before vocalizing her demands.
I can offer the other 65%. I think that puts me a cut above Alex.
Yeah, sure. This certainly gets a reaction from others in the room. However, we can get won over by numbers. We were deciding the future of Mazzio.
I also want all criminal records expunged. However, my other demands are a bit more extreme.
Yeah, I see that.
I want Mazzio divided in half. I want a new nation born.
Yeah, division of Mazzio.
All pirates will be moved to this new nation under my lead. Mazzio will no longer be able to interfere with our work. I will determine where the nation is split in half.
What?
I want both residential and commercial land. We will be given everything we need to live happily. That is my demand. A new nation built for piracy.
Steps back, content with what she said. Grace turns to face Damek and myself again.
Does that align with the demands on paper?
Pretty much.
Yes, I believe it does. What was the next step again?
You may take some time to think. Talk with your allies, and then give me an answer.
Oh, right, sorry. My mind is all over the place. There's no need to think. I already have my answer.
Oh.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, of course. This one was simple for me.
He crosses his arm and turns face to me.
Well, what about you? Who would you choose?
Of course, I will choose Alex. We can divide Mazzio. And Alex's offer is better than nothing. I point to the paper that contains Alex's demands. Damek looks and then gives me a wild smile.
Great minds think alike, I suppose. Good to know we have the same idea. Let's sign this one, Grizz. It's my final choice.
He points to the same paper and Grizz brings out a quill. They waste no time in signing it, making it an official decree. After that, Grizz rolls both paper up and seals them with wax.
Nada, Alex, thank you both for your kind offers. I'll have these mailed back to you right away. You'll know within a few hours, I'm sure.
Sounds good to me.
This one's as good as mine.
After saying their final words, they both leave. An awkward silence overtakes the room.
You're all free to talk again, you know. We just didn't want Alex and Nada to know Domek's choice.
After hearing that everybody is at ease, looking amongst the tenth, they terrorize who we choose.
Well, Domek?
Who did you choose?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Sorry for this little detour, everybody. We can make our way back to HQ now. Though I think we should cut through the docks. It's crowded, but it will make for a nice shortcut. We're already running behind schedule.
He sneers at Pro, who quickly backs off. Ulrich takes the message as well and stops asking.
I hope you got what you needed, Domek. Attacking Balteus will be no easy feat.
We'll be more than fine, Grizz. I trust you can handle things from here?
Of course, but there may be some contempt coming. Don't be surprised if Alex or Nada comes fuming to you.
Oh.
Of course. Thank you so much, Grizz. We couldn't do this without you.
Don't worry about it. Just make sure I don't regret this. Crossing the Triumvirate is a bad idea.
Yeah.
You won't, I promise. If you'll excuse us, though, we need to go. I still have to give them the grand tour after all.
Ooh. Breeze nods and it seems we were dismissed. I guess our next step was to head to the docks. Demek sure seemed excited about this tour.
All right, let's go. I'll make the announcement back at HQ.
100%.
We have a new ally and a lot more power.
He holds a closed fist up to his chest, resolute.
We're going to do this. I know it.
And with that, it's time to get things on the move. I'll finally start training and see the Rebellion's new HQ. Maybe you can have a talk with these two here.
Hey, Grizz?
Yes?
What's with that sheep around your neck?
Yeah, I was wondering too.
Oh, you mean Lassiter?
Yeah, he has a name.
I guess?
When I was younger, I used to be a shepherd, but that didn't last long before I served the Triumvirate. They made me kill all my sheep before
Oh my
they accepted
god,
me.
it's awful.
What?
I guess it was to prove myself. You know, that I'd leave my old life behind. I did what they said, but I kept a souvenir.
Oh, I see.
It's always important to remember where you came from. Did you bring any souvenirs from Valenorth along with you?
Actually, no. Unless my clothes count.
Depends who you're asking.
But, you know, I'm not actually leaving Valenorth behind. We'll save it, and go back one day. I know it. That's one of our goals during this journey.
I see.
Okay, now let's go back. So we can go to the tavern or to the dock. I wanna see the docks. When we arrive at the dock, we finally get an up-close view of everything. It's a massive shipyard, with vessels both arriving and departing. People running in every direction, a mixture of workers and pirates. I suppose they share the same workspace. It's interesting how I can discern a pirate from their clothes and demeanor. After a few steps into the shipyard, we're surrounded by tons of people.
Hey, stick close to me. Wouldn't want to get lost, right?
He inches closer to me and we make our way through the shipyard. It must be their busy hour or something because we can barely move. People bump into us and apologize before moving on their way.
We're heading to that bridge up there.
Which bridge? He points forward to a bridge in the distance. At this rate, it will take hours to get there. Portent lets out an exasperated sigh.
Seriously? How much longer is this gonna be?
Oh, don't be so dramatic, Fortame. We'll be able to rest before you know it. Enjoy the journey. Mazzio is beautiful.
Alright.
Portent continues walking defeated. As we inch our way forward, we start to lose hope. However, it isn't long before that hope is kindled again.
Hey, Domek!
A voice shouts from high up, and we turn to look. As a man at the top of one of the ships, acting as a lookout. After seeing Domek, he quickly makes his way down to all of us. He slides down a ladder, quickly making his way to the surface. Standing on the edge of the ship, he grips the railing tight.
Where have you been? It feels like I haven't seen you in ages.
He jumps over the edge of the ship, landing on the ground with style. Can tell he's a pirate. It must be another ally. That was good. It's an upcoming battle. We need as many allies as possible.
Grayson, it's so good to see you again. Don't worry, it's nothing personal. I'm just busy. We've been cooking up something really special.
Special, huh? Well, that's all you had to say. You know I've got your back in everything.
Domek steps closer and whispers in Grayson's ear. Nodoop is confiding in Grayson about our recent choice.
Oh, an alliance? Beautiful. We'll be working together more then. And I must say, you made a fine decision, Domek.
He smiles and makes an interesting signal with his arms. A few moments later, a bunch of people in our way quickly move.
Gotta get back to the church, I'm guessing? Sorry about my crew. They're good at getting in the way. In fact, I'm not sure what else they're good for these days.
Between every few words, he glances behind Domek. His eyes shift between Valissa, Portent, and myself.
Can I help you with something?
Oh, sorry, not at all. He just looks familiar, that's all.
Familiar?
Like some pirates Nada used to work with.
What?
Familiar?
Yeah.
Chris said the same thing.
We never
actually.
went to Mazzio before.
Just one of those faces, I guess.
Why they all say that? What?
Not just any faces, mind you. I was taken aback because you look like legends. A few infamous pirates from back in the day, you know?
What?
Pirates? No relation.
Yeah,
I
no
assure you.
way. She laughs and Grayson nods.
Yeah, just a small world.
Yeah. Seems like it's unsure is that an insult or not. And for that matter, so does Valissa. Grayson lets it slide. A few moments later, he climbs up a netting on the side of the ship. It isn't much longer until he's back to the top of the mast, looking out. He shouts to his crew and they move aside, leaving an open trail for us. Where all of these people is true, it must be a man of great influence.
It's always good to have friends in high places.
There's still people wandering the shipyard, but not as many as before. In fact, we'll be able to continue forward without any issue at all.
That was Grayson. We go way back. He's a great ally and he'll have our back no matter what. I doubt he cares whether we sided with Alex or Nada.
That was good. His crew seemed massive. The ship as well was in pristine condition.
Well then, on we go?
As he talks, he motions to the bridge once more. We give each other some space, happy to be moving freely again. I guess we could resume our journey without any struggles. Okay, so we can go there, I think. So we can see another chronicle from Sovi. Yes. Sovi and his crew wandered across the docks of Mazzio. Oh my god, they're here! They stuck close together to ensure that Shane didn't run away. Close to Rebellion's home, Sovi was sure it crossed his mind.
Well, you sure seem a lot happier. Back on the boat, all you did was mope around.
Savi scoffed, turning to face his apprentice.
Seasickness, I suppose. As old as I am, I've never really gotten used to it.
You can't be too much older than me.
Right. Sorry.
Besides, I think I know what's going on. You realize something about the Triumvirate?
Yes, I did. I see through the trick now. It was a good idea, I'll give them that.
Trick?
Yes, to put my loyalty to the test. There's no way what they told me was true. They merely want to see if I'll waver.
I see.
That's why they wouldn't tell you either. This was a test, meant only for me.
So, what happens now that you've passed?
I guess I'll find out once we return. I'm just glad that I can focus on the mission now.
Right, I'm glad too, I suppose. On the boat, you were in no condition to perform.
After a few more minutes of walking, Stovey stops in his tracks. Halin and Shen bump into his back, causing him to stumble over.
Master?
Oh, sorry. Just a lot on my mind.
Oh, we're not lost, are we?
Stovey stares at the cloaked figure in the distance. He smirks as he watches them walk through the docks with a group. A large item affixed to their backs sways with each of their heavy steps.
No, not at all.
Oh my god, it's so close from us. We need to move. Gonna reach the church. After what feels like ages, we reach the end of the bridge. We all stop and catch our breath and let our legs relax. Demek wipes some sweat from his brow, laughing.
Bit of a workout, isn't it? Hopefully the trek was worth it. So, what do you think of our home?
A church? It stands proud, staring at the nearby church. After getting our bearings back, we look on in our way.
Whoa. This place is crazy. I've never seen anything like it before.
It's not very discreet.
Yeah, it sure stands out, doesn't it? Don't worry, that works to our advantage.
Really?
When hiding, I find the most obvious spot is the best.
Okay.
I guess they'd never expect their own church. But here's a question. Why are there only 2 statues? It's the Triumvirate, right? Shouldn't there be 3?
I don't know, actually. It's a bit odd when you think about it. Maybe they didn't have enough space?
He laughed, awkwardly shuffling his in place. Perhaps he found his ignorance embarrassing.
I trust you're ready for the grand tour?
I nod, looking over to Valentine for them. It seems our long journey was over. We were here. This was our new home, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
I'm game. Let's do this.
Both mine, ready to get things moving. Demek takes a few steps up to the stairs and waves me over.
After you, of course. It would be rude to do this any other way. An esteemed guest of ours should always be first.
Me? I nod and get ready to enter the church. Ulrich, Pro, Valentine for them wait for my move. It seems almost everybody respects Damek's authority. I guess you move like this. As soon as we enter, Damek walks down the center aisles. He trails a finger along the pews as he does, gathering up dust.
Not much time for triumvirate worship these days.
He makes his way to the spirit idol at the back of the church. Clapping his hands together, he frees himself of the dust.
This is the spirit idol of Mazzio. Or so we thought until recently.
It remains dust-free and like the rest of the church. He places a hand on the altar, looking up at the idol.
We assumed it was dim and dying. You know, like the idol back in Valinor. But that's not the case at all. We were shocked.
Oh. Hello Calibre, welcome on my channel, Remion.
The reason it's dim is because it's receiving power. However, the source of the power is deep underground.
Underground?
That's what the Triumvirate has been digging for.
Oh.
The entire reason for their occupation. And now, it's in the hands of the rebellion. First their sword, now the idol they sought.
Turns back to face us, a wide smile on his face.
It would seem the tables are turning. Feel free to rest for a few minutes. There's still a bit of a walk ahead.
A walk?
Seriously? More walking?
Yeah.
When are we gonna get to rest?
Trust me, you'll get plenty of time to rest. Just take a breather before we continue.
Okay. He points to the pews before walking over to a door in the back corner.
This door will lead us to the tunnel, Seer. It's the final stretch, I can promise you that. Whenever you're ready, let's head on down.
Okay. He presses his back against the wall and crosses his arm. Everyone seems glad that he was offering us a brief reprieve. I take a few moments to collect myself before we head out down. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We can talk to Valessa. So, this is the spirit idol of Mazzio. At least that's what they thought until recently. I can see why they'd make that mistake actually. It sure looks like a spirit idol. Well, a dying one at least. But to think, the real one is deep underground. And allegedly, it's massive and full of energy. That'd be the first time I saw an active spirit idol. Okay, we're gonna save. So let's see. We have morale 90% here, purity 20%. Okay. Ooh. Travel to Rebel HQ. Yes. Wow, that's an entire different map. Holy moly, momo. So the first step is the tunnels, I guess. After we enter the door, we spend a few minutes descending into darkness. Soon enough, however, we reach an area with torches lighting the way. It seems to mark a path straight forward. This must be it.
Wow, it's so dark. I can't even see where I'm going.
Just give it a few minutes. Your eyes will adjust. I remember my first time down here. I was terrified.
Presses his back against the wall and waits. We all do the same and wait around until we can see.
The torches only help so much. We put a majority of them in our actual HQ. Basically, we only have them down here to...
He cuts himself off and looks further down the tunnel.
Everyone quiet. Backs against the wall. Now!
We do as instructed, and I notice an aura of fear overtake us. I stare down the tunnels and I see a suit of armor start to emerge. White and gold, just like my vision. Takes slow, clunky steps. I look over at Valessa for 10. He's fine. He's shaking. He glances back at me and I nod, letting him know that things will be fine. It isn't much longer until the suit of armor reaches our location. It stands between all of us as we press ourselves against the wall. It's almost like it can see. It has no idea what we're here. That's odd. It even turns its head to the sides, looking straight at us without reacting. After a minute or two of standing guard, it turns around and walks away. Its steps echo through the tunnels, loud, metallic, and hollow. It's frightening. But when it's far enough away, we all sigh and stand at ease. We're safe. Now.
What was that?
the Triumvirate's honor guard. They're the ones that built this underground complex. We find it best not to interfere with their efforts in any way.
Why is that?
They're almost like caretakers, so we let them be. All we know for sure is that they're disobeying their masters.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, at least that's what it seems like. Rather than search for the idol, they built a utopia. I think that was the choice of the spirits inside them.
Oh.
Spirits?
Yeah. They were created by the Blade of Exodus. The spirits inside are victims of their vicious occupation.
So everything is true about the Blade of Exodus. Oh my god.
Right. Then it's just like the seer said.
Yeah.
Wait, victims of the occupation?
Which occupation?
Yeah, it's sad, really. They want to live again, so they built a home.
Oh my god. Alisa looks sad and takes a few steps back. It doesn't take a genius to realize what she's thinking. Having been a few minutes, our vision has adjusted.
Sorry about that, everybody. Those things are brittle and weak. If we so much as bump them, they fall apart.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing inside. They're controlled purely by spiritual energy. They were strong at first, but they're weak now. It's almost like it degraded over time. Who knows, maybe we can even power them with that blade.
It's not a good idea.
Right? Use their own forces against them.
Yeah, but no.
This is all so complicated.
Yeah, and I'll admit that even I don't know everything. But we won't get to that point if we don't keep moving.
Motions to the end of the tunnels.
So, shall we?
Yeah, please. We all know that we continue to move through the tunnels. However, Damek seems distracted. There's something on his mind. I guess even a man in his position can have a grasp on everything. Everyone makes conversation among themselves as we continue. Perhaps it would be a good idea to talk to Damek a little bit more. It seems like we still have a bit of walking ahead of us after all. Okay, so yeah, we can talk to Damek. Oh, that's a heart-to-heart conversation. Yeah, access Damek heart-to-heart. It's cute. Let's try this. As we walk down the tunnels, I make my way to Damek's side. I ask him what's on his mind, and the people behind us give us space. I'm thankful for their consideration, and as we finally get some one-on-one time.
What's on my mind? Oh, it's nothing too major. Say, can you keep a secret?
Of course I can.
Oh, wonderful. It's nice to have someone to talk to.
He blushes and shuffles in place, embarrassed. I'm not sure why he trusts me so easily, but I'm not complaining. Sometimes it's hard for someone in a position of power to have confidence.
About that suit of armor earlier, I think I scared everybody with my caution. Between you and I, that was a bit of an exaggeration.
Oh.
Like I said, those things are brittle and weak. I just didn't want anybody to knock them over, you know. If we kill one of them, what happens to the spirits inside?
Yeah, good point. That was a good question, actually.
I want to find a way to free those spirits trapped inside. Something tells me that killing them won't accomplish that. This is the sole reason why I tell everybody to leave them alone. They're harmless. They mind their own business. It's my belief that we should give them the same courtesy. That is, at least until we find a way to give them more freedom. Though they don't serve the Triumvirate, they're still trapped. Nobody should be forced into a position like that. They're just like us. Spirits of family and friends. Spirits of innocent occupation victims.
Let's also look side. Like the ability to vent is a godsend. I can tell that this is something he's been keeping inside for a while.
Sorry for rambling on. I think I'm just trying to defend myself. Last week I accidentally bumped into one.
Sorry.
It crumbled and fell to the ground. I felt absolutely awful. It's like I killed them. Who knows how many spirits were inside that one suit? I mean, in this war, I have to draw blood. I have to kill. but normally I reserve that punishment for our enemies. We're talking about the spirits of long-lost family here, Seer.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I did something wrong. I almost feel like I'm a murderer, you know? It's odd how blurred those lines can be in war. Kill the enemy leader, you're nothing short of a hero. But kill a citizen going about their business, you're a monster. Maybe at the end of the day, that's what we are. Monsters.
Yeah, but you're more like a hero to me.
I wish that's what I felt like. There's just so much pressure. I guess you know what it's like.
I'm starting to. We continue walking down the tunnels while he runs. I can understand where he's coming from, and I can relate. It was all about the greater good, regardless of what we did.
Everybody expects me to lead us to victory. They call me a master strategist and shower me with praise. But at the end of the day, I'm just following in his footsteps.
Yes.
Salus was the master strategist. I just worked under him. They say I fill his shoes quite well, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think they need something to believe in. They need hope. They pushed that need for hope onto me, and I became that hope. Honestly, I think I'm more of a symbol than anything else. I'm sure you know what I mean. You're the seer.
Okay.
You had this role thrust upon you whether you wanted it or not. It's kind of the same for me. I'm the general. I had no say in the matter. This pressure and all those expectations, I'm afraid I might break. Do you have any advice?
Let's share our burdens together, Namek. Be honest with the people, confiding them too. Yeah. Be honest with the people, confide in them too.
You don't think that would make them doubt? Their mighty leader full of stress and worry. I only told you because I thought you could relate. But I guess honesty is the best solution. Maybe I should lower their expectations a bit, yeah? I'm just Dormek. I'm not some invincible symbol of hope.
You're right.
I guess there's not much more we can do, huh? Perhaps we'll have some more time to talk later on. My doors are always open to you, Seer. I promise.
Good. He gives me a slight smile and we continue to walk. Hello Samuel, reviens. Welcome to my channel, reviens. The end of the tunnel is growing even closer. It seems like the leg of the journey was over. I can see a makeshift doorway at the end of the tunnels. That must be the entrance of the Trezorgal HQ. Finally. It's a bit far away, but I'm glad it's actually in sight.
What's the matter? Are your legs sore?
Yes, it's Winds of Change. The developer of the game sponsored me to stream that game. So I got the game directly.
No, not at all. I'm just running out of breath. Is it a little stuffy down here, or...?
Yeah, it is. Don't worry. You get used to it. A small price to pay for privacy, if you ask me.
Right.
So we're gonna go to the main entrance here. As soon as we exit the tunnels, it's immediately easier to breathe. Sunlight pierces through the ceiling with the surface in sight. Both tunnels must be start low and work their way up. However, the exposure to the surface doesn't compromise our privacy. There's no way anybody would find this place unless they knew about it. And from what I could tell, only a select few did. So we were perfectly safe.
Ah, home sweet home. I'd like to welcome you all to our new HQ. It took some coercing with the mayor, but it's ours.
Wow, this place is incredible. And the honor guard built all of it?
Essentially, yeah. With a few finishing touches by ourselves, this is what they've been working on for 20 years.
20 years? Whoa.
That's crazy. All of those weapons, too. It's almost like they made it just for us.
Yeah, if it's for an army, a biggest army.
We can dream, but I doubt it. Hey, Ulrich, Pro, can you show them around?
He motions towards Valesine for them.
Sure.
You got it, boss.
Pro is being overly polite, likely to make it up to Damek. He sneers at Pro in reply, still a little bit upset at his slight delay. However, moments later, they all leave the room together. Damek turns to face me, with just the two of us in the lobby. A few of us run from room to room, going about their business. I can tell from the way that they move that they don't want to disturb us.
Well, what do you think? This is it. This is our home.
Okay, it's so cool. Anyway, our home, we want to move in together already. You should have cleaned in further. A few more years of cleaning and it will be tip-top shape. Hey. Yeah, it's really cool. It's so cool. Yeah.
I know, right? I thought the same thing. It's incredible that they made this.
He smiles and shuffles in place.
Well, time to start the grand tour. Let's see, where should we go first?
He places a hand on his chin, losing himself in thought.
Ah, of course. The library and the barracks.
He points up to two of the nearby doors.
The library is great for studying, and the barracks, that's for socializing. You'll definitely want to meet your new allies. So, let's start with those. After that, we can go to your personal quarters. That's right, all of you are getting your own rooms.
Yeah, my own room. That was pretty impressive. This place must go deeper than I thought. I nod and smile as I start to follow Damek. We were finally here. I felt like I could relax now. This entire journey has just been one thing after another. But now I can rest and have privacy. I'll never take it for granted again. The library and the barracks are accessed through this area. Use the map icons by the two doors to navigate to these optional areas. To move to your personal quarters, we must return to the region map. Okay. You can see 3 doors. Barracks, no. I want to see the library first. Yeah. When we enter the library, Damek rushes forward. He closes a few books and deletes the room as I catch up.
Terribly sorry about the mess. It was impolite of me to leave it this way.
After a few more moments, he stops cleaning up. It didn't really bother me, just trying to make a good impression.
Well, there's not much to say about the library. As the dust would show, it doesn't get much use. But you'll find books here on pretty much everything. It's a great place to brush up on stuff you might be rusty on. It has a decent collection too. If it's out there, it's probably in here. Feel free to use it at your leisure. It's quite peaceful.
Hello, Mr. Lama. He smiles and as he makes his way back to the main landing. This place was pretty big. I'm surprised they had so many books. It's almost a shame that they don't get much use. Maybe I can change that. The Rebel HQ library contains every book you've read on your journey. Brush up on your knowledge and check on the status of your collection. It's a great way to read books without revisiting older areas. Okay, that's all the book I unlocked so far.
Visions and paintings.
Okay.
A vision from the spirits is a...
Okay. Bon. And here is the barracks. We enter the barracks and Damek quickly looks around. There's a bunch of rebels practicing with swords. Those training dummies seems to get a lot of use.
Well, this is basically our training room. It's a great place to socialize as well. I'd consider it our main hub, actually.
I'm fine, Mr. Lama. And you?
If you can't find a comrade, they're probably in here. There's a bunch of seats at the back for when we eat meals. I guess that makes it a bit of a cafeteria too, doesn't it? Anyway, there's not much more to say. Make use of this room at your leisure. I'll meet you back outside when you're ready.
Okay. He makes his way back to the main hall. I stand and watch the rebels practice their swordplay. There's so many of them. This really was the size of an army. In this room, you can rewatch all previous party banter. It's great to revisit content without moving through a ton of odd areas. Click the letter for a list of which party banters is located in which great spot. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go to the personnel quarters. We enter my personal quarters after a small trek through the HQ. It's larger than I thought it would be. The bed as well is quite big. There isn't much of a tour to be had, so that makes sights in relief.
Well, that about ends the tour. After this, it's just the crew quarters and the war table. I imagine this is where you'll spend most of your spare time.
Yeah, so far I tried to date for them. And we're gonna see what we can do from here. But there's so many cute characters in there. I can choose. It's hard. Even the main villain is quite cute too. He walks to the back of the room and inspects the shelves on the wall. Moving books and paper aside, he seems a bit sad.
This room belonged to Shane. He was dear to me.
Oh.
I sent him on a dangerous mission to the Triumvirate's castle. He's been gone for a while, but I know he'll be back. I can feel it.
He's a prisoner now.
So try not to get too comfortable, alright? This is just where you'll stay in the meantime. I wouldn't want Shane to think I forgot about him.
I know, that makes perfect sense. But I wonder why he was inspecting the shelves. He stopped empty and dead, so he didn't find what he wanted.
You deserve a lot of rest, at least for today. Just follow me for a little bit longer. We're almost done. I'll show you where your comrades are staying.
Are you sure you don't want to spend some time alone first? Of course, leads the way, Demek. Yeah, I'm gonna make him blush again. Are you sure you don't want to spend some time alone first?
Oh, we should actually get things moving. I'll meet you outside, Seer.
Oh my god, he's so shy, He walks back towards the door and waits outside. I guess we're time to finish this tour, finally. The crew quarters was our next stop. So here, crew quarters. After exiting my room, it takes me to a large hallway. At the end of its grand door, surely leading somewhere important. Lining the sides are smaller doors. I assume they lead to more private rooms.
That door right there leads to the war table.
Oh.
That's the end of this tour. It's where things start. I'll go over our battle plan and give you an itinerary.
Oh, okay.
Your training will commence tomorrow. I can't believe this is finally happening. It almost feels like a dream, you know.
Yeah, I hope it's not. He lets out a nervous laugh before turning to face the large door.
Well, these doors on the side lead you to your comrades' rooms. Valessa and Fortane have been given personal rooms, just like you.
Okay.
My quarters are here as well if you'd like to come spend time with me.
Okay.
I'm going to make a quick stop in my room, actually. After that, I'll meet you at the war table, alright? Take some time to unwind. You really deserve it. It's been a pleasure, Seer.
Yeah, for me too. With a smile, he walks off to one of the side rooms. I guess that's the one I'd go if I wanted to see him. With some long awaited free time, it might be a good idea. However, I should make sure to spend it wisely. As soon as I met him at the war table, things would begin. As something told me that nothing would be easy moving forward. Okay, so use the region map to move to the war table and continue the story. Okay, the heart-to-heart in the crew quarters. That's good. I think we're gonna do this later. Gonna save the game here. Okay, we just save. Let's see. Oh yes, you can have a heart-to-heart with everyone. What? That's nice. I think we do this next week. We're gonna end the stream here, so I just save. And we're gonna do a small raid. So let's do a small raid and let's see. We're streaming right now. I'm just gonna stop the game here. That's a great stream so far. So let's see, we're streaming. Maybe we could go see. Yeah, let's go see Fox in the Fedora. Oh, he's playing Paper Mario. That's nice. That's a good game. So speaking of Nintendo games, tomorrow we're gonna start a new retro gaming game, and as you may probably know now, it's Wind Waker on the channel. So it won't be the HD version from the Wii U because it doesn't have a very nice lighting, and I don't like the render of the game. So I spent my Sunday to upgrade and do a lot of change of the original Nintendo GameCube version. So you're gonna see a HD version on the GameCube with a lot of things changed in the game. So it's gonna be glorious tomorrow. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to start a new game and to finally finish Wind Waker with you on Twitch. So we're gonna do a small raid right now. Okay, how many people we are? 7 so far. Okay, so I'm gonna see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Paris time, 3 p.m. New York time for the first episode of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Be there. So thanks everyone, for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye. See you next time.